Stop everything, because the courtroom just became the stage for one of the most shocking celebrity bombshells of 2025. Remy Ma, the queen of New York rap, broke down in tears after Papoose officially won the alimony case against her. For years, fans have seen Remy and Pap as the hip-hop couple built on loyalty, love, and unshakable support. Their relationship was celebrated as the gold standard. But now, the fairy tale has turned into a nightmare that's playing out in front of millions. Eyewitnesses inside the courtroom say Remy couldn't hold it together as the judge announced the decision. Papoose would receive alimony payments. Yes, you heard that right? The same Papoose who once held Remy down during her prison sentence, the same man who was praised for loyalty, has now flipped the script and walked away with a legal victory that has the entire culture gasping. Fans who once idolized their love story are now divided. Is this karma, betrayal, or survival? Some are calling Papoose a mastermind. Others say this is the final betrayal that proves no hip-hop love story is safe. But the bigger question is, what led to this explosive courtroom showdown? And why was Remy Ma the one breaking down while Papoose walked out looking victorious? Hip-hop has seen some unforgettable love stories, but none stood taller or seemed stronger than Remy Ma and Papoose. Their bond became legendary, often hailed as the blueprint for loyalty, commitment, and real love in an industry where relationships collapse almost as fast as they start. From red carpets to interviews, they were the couple everyone rooted for. But now, that fairy tale has been shattered in the cold, merciless setting of a courtroom. And for the first time, the culture witnessed something unthinkable. Remy Ma breaking down in tears while Papoose walked away victorious with alimony. The legendary love story to understand the weight of this courtroom collapse. You have to rewind to the beginning. Papoose and Remy Ma weren't just a couple, they were a symbol. When Remy was sentenced to 6 years in prison back in 2008, most people expected Papoose to move on. Instead, he became the face of loyalty. He visited her religiously, spoke proudly about holding her down, and waited for her release like a soldier on the front lines. When she finally walked out in 2014, their reunion was celebrated not just by fans, but by the entire hip-hop community. They married soon after, making good on the promises Papoose had made during her incarceration. Their love story became proof that true loyalty could exist in an industry built on temptation and betrayal. Building their brand together turned their love into a brand. Interviews, appearances on Love and Hip Hop, and joint projects showed them as an unbreakable unit. They were the ride-or-die couple. Papoose was often praised for being the rare man who put his wife first, supporting her career while managing his own. Their marriage was portrayed as untouchable. When scandals swirled around other celebrity couples, Remy and Pap stood tall. Fans called them hip-hop's Bonnie and Clyde. Industry peers referred to them as an inspiration. For years, it looked like nothing could break them. The cracks began to show, but behind the glossy image, cracks started appearing. Rumors whispered about financial struggles, personal disagreements, and the stress of balancing careers with family life. Blogs speculated that Papoose felt overshadowed by Remy's resurgence in the industry, while others hinted Remy didn't appreciate how much Pap had sacrificed for her. Every time the whispers grew louder, they'd squash them with a united front on social media or in interviews. But insiders claimed the tension was real. Then came the bombshell: separation rumors. Neither side confirmed at first, but paparazzi, photos, suspicious posts, and sources close to the couple began to suggest their perfect love story was unraveling. The legal shock nobody saw alimony coming. Traditionally, in celebrity splits, it's the higher-earning partner who risks paying spousal support. For years, that would have been Papoose. But now, the tables had turned. With Remy's resurgence in music, television appearances, and business ventures, she became the primary earner. So when the couple's legal battle escalated to court, Fans expected a custo-die-style showdown or property disputes, not alimony. Yet, that's exactly what went down, and in a stunning twist, Papoose won. The judge ruled in his favor, awarding him alimony payments from Remy Ma. Eyewitnesses say the moment the ruling was announced, Remy broke down, visibly shaken, while Pap maintained a calm, almost triumphant expression. Fans in shock, the courtroom drama spread instantly. One spectator leaked a description of the scene. Remy put her head in her hands. She was crying. Papoose just nodded, like he'd been waiting for this moment. Within hours, social media erupted. Papoose held her down in prison, and now he'd taking her money. This is crazy. Remy crying in court broke my heart. This ain't the couple we grew up idolizing. Pap played the long game. Loyalty turned into strategy. What fans once called the gold standard of hip-hop love had now become a cautionary tale. The narrative shift. Shocking part wasn't just the decision, it was the way the narrative flipped. For years, Remy was portrayed as the strong, resilient queen, with Papoose as her loyal support. But in that courtroom, roles reversed. Pap was the one walking out victorious, while Remy crumbled under the weight of a legal defeat. And suddenly, the internet wasn't just talking about love. They were asking deeper, darker questions. Was Papoose's loyalty during Remy's prison years pure love, or was it strategy? Did he play the long game, building his role as the perfect husband, only to cash out when the balance of power shifted? Or was this simply karma, a loyal man finally being compensated after years of sacrifice? Remy and Papoose's marriage was once seen as untouchable. The cracks appeared slowly with rumors of tension. The courtroom flipped everything, awarding Papoose alimony. Remy broke down in tears, shocking fans worldwide. The internet began questioning whether love, loyalty, and money were always intertwined in their story. But here's the twist. Insiders claim this courtroom victory might not just be about money. Rumors are already swirling that Papoose has more leveraged secrets, receipts, and revelations that could flip the entire story of their marriage upside down. And if those secrets leak, this alimony case might just be the beginning of hip-hop's ugliest divorce drama ever. The courtroom showdown between Remy Ma and Papoose didn't just feel like a legal battle. It felt like the collapse of a hip-hop empire. For years, they had been the definition of ride or die. But in that sterile courtroom with lawyers firing off arguments and fans waiting outside for updates, the facade crumbled. What happened inside shocked everyone. Papoose flipped the script, and Remy Ma, for the first time, looked powerless. Inside the courtroom from the start, the energy was tense. Remy arrived flanked by her team, dressed in muted tones, her face tight with stress. Pap walked in calmly, wearing his signature-fitted cap and keeping his composure like he was stepping into a battle he already knew he'd win. Court reporters noted that the tension was so thick, people barely whispered. Both sides were armed, with stacks of documents, lawyers ready to dissect years of their financial and marital history. At the heart of the battle, Alimony Pap's team argued that during their marriage, he sacrificed his career to support Remy's rise. They painted him not as a co-star, but as the silent backbone of her success. The courtroom gasped as his lawyer declared while Remy Ma toured, filmed, and rebuilt her empire, Mr. Mackey put his dreams on hold. He deserved support for the years he gave up for her. Remy shook her head, visibly upset. To her, this wasn't about sacrifice, it was about betrayal, she whispered. To her lawyer, her body language screaming disbelief. Remy's emotional collapse when it was her turn. Remy's team argued passionately that Papoose wasn't owed a dime. They insisted that his loyalty during her prison years was born out of love, not contract. That he benefited from their marriage just as much as she did. But as the judge pressed for specifics, cracks began to show. One moment stood out. Pap's lawyer produced emails where Remy allegedly acknowledged how much she owed him for putting his life on pause. The line read, You gave me everything when I had nothing. One day, I'll make it right." The courtroom gasped. Remy covered her face with her hands, visibly breaking down. The once untouchable queen of resilience was crying in front of everyone. Witnesses. "Say," she whispered, "I can't believe he's doing this to me." Papoose's shocking argument, but the real bomb came when Pap himself took the stand. Calm and collected, he told the judge, "For years, I was the one holding everything down. I put her first, always. Now I'm not asking for the world, I'm asking for fairness." The words hit hard because they didn't sound like a bitter ex. They sounded like a man carefully positioning himself as the victim, and the crowd outside who once idolized him for his loyalty suddenly saw him as a mastermind who had been playing the long game. Social media reacts in real time as updates leaked from inside the courtroom. Twitter erupted. Pap playing chess while Remy crying in checkers. Can't believe Papoose would do this. He was supposed to be the loyal one. He held her down all them years. Maybe he deserves it. This feels less like love and more like revenge. Exploded. Remy crying in court compared to Pap calmly collecting his check. The narrative was shifting by the second. The first twist, hidden finances just when. Fans thought the courtroom drama couldn't get crazier. Pap's lawyer dropped the first shocking twist. They alleged that Remy had been hiding income inside deals and business ventures, deliberately downplaying her net worth to avoid larger financial responsibilities in the case. They presented what they claimed were contracts and brand receipts, sponsorships, appearances, and endorsements Remy hadn't fully disclosed. The courtroom went silent, if true. This wasn't just about alimony anymore, it was about credibility. Pap's team argued that she was trying to manipulate the system to avoid paying him what he was due. Remy erupted in frustration, standing to her feet before being calmed by her lawyer. Eyewitnesses said she shouted under her breath, "This is a setup." The fallout from the twist outside the courthouse, the twist hit like a bomb. Blogs ran headlines within minutes. Did Remy hide money from the court? Papoose exposes Remy's secret deals during alimony battle. Remy Ma's tears after Pap's bombshell evidence. For fans, this was no longer a simple divorce case. This was an alt war with secrets, betrayals, and receipts being dragged into the light. The collapse of the love story, the contrast was heartbreaking. A couple once praised as hip-hop royalty was now tearing each other apart in front of the world. Pap, the man once hailed as the most loyal husband in hip-hop, was now being painted as a strategist cashing in on his sacrifices. Remy, the woman once praised for her strength, was left crying, her finances questioned, her credibility shaken. It wasn't just a court case. It was the death of the myth fans had clung to for over a decade. Papoose shocked the courtroom. With arguments about sacrifice, Remy broke down, visibly devastated as evidence stacked against her. Social media erupted, splitting fans between betrayal and justice. The first twist revealed Remy allegedly hid income, raising questions of credibility. And here's the kicker. Insiders claim this alimony win isn't the end. For Pap, rumors swirl that he's holding back even bigger revelations about Remy. Secrets that could destroy her public image if he chooses to unleash them. The question is, will Papoose stop now that he's won? Or is this just the beginning of the ugliest hip-hop divorce war we've ever seen? The courtroom victory wasn't just a win for Papoose, it was a bombshell that detonated across the entire hip-hop culture. What fans once called the strongest marriage in rap suddenly turned into the ugliest. Breakup drama of 2025. The fallout was instant, vicious, and packed with twists that nobody could have seen coming. Social media war within hours of the judge's ruling. Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram timelines were consumed with clips, memes, and raw reactions. Team Papoose. He held her down while she was locked up. 6 years. If anybody deserves alimony, it's Pap. This is chess, not checkers. Pap. Been waiting for this. Y'all forget Remy said she owed him The court just collected the debt. It's Team Remy Ma. Nah, this is betrayal. He turned love into a paycheck. Seeing Remy cry broke me. That man ain't loyal. Pap, playing victim after being the king of loyalty. This ain't it. Hashtags trended worldwide. Hashtag Pap the Mastermind, minus 1.9 meters posts. Hash pray for Remy dash 2.6M posts. Hashtag hip hop divorce, 3.4 M posts. Celebrity reactions. The drama didn't stay confined to fans. Hip hop heavyweights started chiming in. Fat. Joe Remy's longtime ally went on IG Live. This one hurt, y'all. I don't like to see family fight. But Papoose winning Alimony? That's crazy. 50 Cent never missing a chance for chaos, mocked. I told y'all, fairy tales don't last. Now, Remy writing Pap a check every month. Cardi B, visibly emotional in a TikTok reaction, said, I don't care what the court said, Pap did Remy dirty. Loyalty don't mean turning on your wife in front of the world. Even non-hip-hop celebs joined in. Wendy Williams' show clips resurfaced, with fans posting she predicted this years ago. Meanwhile, comedian Lil Duval joked, so Pap, loyal enough to wait, but not loyal enough to walk away without a bag. Damn. The leaked courtroom clip. Then came the shocking reveal that took the scandal to another level. A leaked video from inside the courtroom surfaced. Allegedly recorded by someone sitting in the gallery. The clip showed the exact moment the judge ruled in Pap's favor. Remy, dressed in all black, put her head in her hands and began sobbing uncontrollably. Papoose, seated a few feet away, leaned back in his chair with a look that fans described as smug satisfaction. The clip went viral instantly. Headlines read, Remy cries, Pap smirks. The moment that broke hip-hop's royal couple. Courtroom meltdown. Fans heartbroken over Remy Ma. Did Pap smile after winning Alimony? Fans say yes. The leaked footage didn't just embarrass Remy, it painted Pap as a cold strategist. It's more concerned with victory than the woman he once claimed to love unconditionally. The insider whispers just. When fans thought it couldn't get messier, industry insiders began leaking even more. One source close to the couple told a gossip blog, Pap ain't done. The Alimony case was just step one. It's got more receipts, and if Remy keeps fighting, he'll use them. Another insider claimed Pap had kept records of financial transactions during their marriage, proving he covered bills, debts, and even invested in Remy's projects without reimbursement. But the most explosive rumor? Pap allegedly has private text messages and voicemails from Remy, admitting to mistakes in their marriage, confessions that, if leaked, could destroy her public image, whether true or not. The whispers alone were enough to send social media spiraling. The culture shifts. For years, Remy and Pap were the model couple. Now, they were the cautionary tale. The narrative flipped overnight. Loyalty had turned to leverage. Love had turned to litigation. And fans were left questioning if true love even exists in hip-hop. Some argued Pap was a mastermind who played the long game, 6 years of loyalty, 10 years of marriage, and then a court victory. Others said he was just another man cashing out when the power balance shifted. Either way, the gold standard was gone. The fallout. Social media split into Team Pap and Team Remy. Celebrities reacted from Fat Joe's sadness to 50 Cent's trolling. A leaked courtroom video showed Remy sobbing while Pap sat calmly. Insiders whispered about more damaging receipts Pap might drop. The culture mourned the death of hip-hop's most celebrated love story. But here's the real cliffhanger. According to insiders, this isn't over. Word is, Remy plans to appeal the ruling and she's ready to fight back with her own set of secrets. Some even claim she's sitting on evidence about Papoose that could flip the entire narrative and paint him as the real fraud in this story. So the question isn't whether this drama is finished. The question is, who's going to drop their bombshell first? The courtroom battle between Remy Ma and Papoose wasn't just a legal fight, it became a cultural earthquake. once celebrated as the most loyal couple in hip-hop. Their implosion in front of cameras and spectators has left fans, celebrities, and industry insiders reeling. Fans at war as soon as the ruling hit the internet, social media erupted into chaos. Team Papoose defended his win. He waded through prison, gave up his career, and stood by her. He earned every dollar. Pap played the long game. Loyalty turned into leverage. Y'all forget Remy literally admitted she owed him. Now the court agreed. Team Remy Ma cried foul. This ain't love, this is betrayal. Seeing her cry in court after all she'd been through. Nah, Pap dirty for that. How do you turn years of loyalty into a cash grab? That's not love. Twitter hashtags told the story. Hashtag pray for Remy surged past 3 million mentions. #Pap, the strategist. Trended worldwide with 2.2 million. #Love and lawsuits became a meme trend. The once united fan base was now split in half. Each side rewriting the couple's love story through their own lens. Celebrity shockwave hip-hop stars couldn't resist weighing in. Fat Joe, a brother figure to Remy, went live visibly emotional. This ain't what we wanted to see. This one cut deep. Families shouldn't be fighting in front of the world. 50. Cent, predictably messy, trolled Pap, a real hustler. Sat in the background, waited. Now he getting paid. That's boss moves. Cardi B, siding with Remy, got raw. Nah, watching Remy cry broke my heart, okay? Pap ain't have to do her like that, Fabulous tweeted. Marriage ain't a business deal, till it is. Even outside rap, voices chimed in. Actress Taraji P. Henson wrote, "Women always carry the weight, then still get punished." This ain't right. It wasn't just celebrity gossip anymore, it had turned into a debate about gender. Loyalty and survival. Media frenzy, every blog and outlet ran the story with dramatic spins. The Shade Room, Remy breaks down after Pap wins big. Hip-hop's power couple collapses. Billboard, from loyalty to litigation, the end of hip-hop's fairy tale marriage. TMZ, Remy cries in court as Pap awarded alimony, fans torn. Pundits dissected every angle. Some praised Papoose for finally being recognized for his sacrifices. Others slammed him for dismantling a marriage in such a cold, calculated way. Industry conversations inside the industry. The case sparked serious conversations about money, power, and loyalty. Executives whispered about how alimony battles could affect artist brands. Managers speculated about whether Remy's image as a strong, unshakable woman could survive such a public breakdown. Some suggested this could even hurt Papoose, long-term turning fans against him despite his legal victory. One insider told a blog, "Winning in court don't mean winning in culture." Pap may have got the money, but Remy still has the sympathy. The bigger cultural debate beyond gossip. Fans and commentators started debating what this case really meant. Did Papoose use loyalty as strategy all along? Should women in hip-hop who earn more expect the same financial risks men face in divorce? Was Remy's breakdown proof she felt betrayed? Or was it simply the sting of defeat? TikTok videos turned the case into think pieces, with creators asking, was their love story real, or was it always a contract waiting to collapse? The Fallout fans split into Team Pap versus Team Remy. Celebs poured in with divided opinions. Blogs and mainstream outlets turned it into front-page news. Industry insiders debated the brand fallout for both. Cultural debates about loyalty, gender roles, and money hit center stage. But here's the chilling part. Insiders now whisper that Remy isn't going to let this slide. Reports claim she's preparing an appeal and even considering dropping her own receipts about Papoose. Rumors of affairs, financial moves, and secrets from their marriage are bubbling under the surface. And if Remy decides to fight dirty, this courtroom victory might just be the opening round of the ugliest hip-hop divorce war in history. The world thought the courtroom victory marked the end of the Remy Ma and Papoose saga, but insiders say this was only the beginning. If you thought Remy's tears in court were the last chapter, think again. Because behind the scenes, the Bronx rap queen is preparing to flip the narrative and drag Papoose into the fire. Remy's rumored counterattack are courting. Whispers from those close to her camp. Remy isn't accepting this alimony ruling. Quietly, she's reportedly already instructed her legal team to file an appeal. But the real shocker? Sources claim she's gathering her own set of receipts that could turn the tables on Pap.1. Insider told a blog, Remy feels like she got ambushed. But she got dirt too. If Pap wants to play this game, she's ready to blow it all up. What kind of dirt? Allegedly, financial inconsistencies in Pap's own ventures. Secrets about how much he benefited from Remy's. It's name post 2014. Even whispers. Of Pap's rumored friendships outside the marriage, the kind that could turn public. Sympathy against him instantly. The betrayal narrative fans already heartbroken by seeing. Remy cry in court are now rallying behind her potential comeback. TikTok edits of her past interviews where she praised Papoose for his loyalty are now being captioned with, "The loyalty was one-sided." One fan wrote, "She carried him too. Don't get it twisted. If she talks, Pap done." Others began pulling old love and hip-hop clips where Remy seemed frustrated with Pap, using them as proof that cracks were always there. Pap under fire. Meanwhile, Papoose, who walked out of court looking victorious, is suddenly feeling the heat. The leaked courtroom clip of his calm demeanor while Remy sobbed has been reframed online as smugness. Memes compare him to chess villains, calculating every move. One viral comment, Pap waited 6 years while she was locked up. It's 10 years of marriage just to walk away with a check. That ain't love, that's strategy. Even fans who once praised him are now questioning his motives. The shift is palpable. Pap may have won legally, but culturally, the tide is turning. Media spin blogs are already painting the next chapter. The Shade Room. Remy ready to clap back. Sources claim appeal and receipts are coming. Hot new hip-hop. Is Papoose the villain now? Fans turn on the loyal husband. Complex, alimony, fallout. Did Papoose hustle the love story? All along, the media narrative is no longer about victory. It's about who the public believes more. The final twist, here's the jaw-dropper. An anonymous Twitter account claiming ties to Remy's team leaked a cryptic message. It read, "He ain't the saint y'all think? Check the files, coming soon." The tweet was deleted within an hour, but screenshots spread instantly. Fans went wild, speculating what files could mean. Were they texts, emails, photos? Remy really drops evidence? This war will escalate into a full-on character assassination battle. The cliffhanger. So now, the so-called gold standard of hip-hop marriage is in tatters. Pap walked out of court with an alimony win. Remy broke down, shocking the culture. Insiders say Remy is preparing an appeal with her own explosive receipts. The internet has begun to flip, casting Pap as the possible villain. A cryptic leak suggests damning evidence could drop at any moment. The fairy tale is over. The empire is crumbling. And what happens next could redefine both of their legacies forever. Because if Remy presses play on her revenge, Papoose's victory might turn into the biggest loss of his career. And hip-hop will never look at their love story the same again. And there you have it. The fairy tale that once inspired millions has come crashing down in the ugliest way imaginable. Remy Ma broke down in tears as Papoose walked out of court victorious, clutching an alimony win that no one saw coming. What began as a love story of loyalty, sacrifice, and unity has twisted into a legal war of betrayal, receipts, and revenge. But make no mistake, this isn't the end. This is only round one. Rumors are swirling that Remy is gearing up for a counterattack. whispers of appeals, secret files, and even text messages that could destroy Papoose's reputation are heating up. If she decides to go nuclear, this courtroom battle could turn into a cultural bloodbath that leaves both their legacies scarred forever. And the internet isn't slowing down either. Hashtags, memes, think pieces, everyone has picked a side. Some say Papoose finally got what he deserved after years of sacrifice. Others say he betrayed the very woman who trusted him most. So now the question falls to you, the fans. Do you believe Papoose was justified in winning alimony? Or did he betray the vows of loyalty he once preached? Okay, will Remy's rumored receipts flip the script? Or is Pap's strategy too airtight? And most importantly, was their love ever real? Or was it always a ticking time bomb waiting to explode in front of the world? Comment below with your thoughts, Team Remy or Team Pap. Like this video if you think hip-hop just witnessed the death of its greatest love story. Subscribe because, trust me, if Remy drops those receipts or Pap strikes again, we'll be right here breaking it down with every shocking detail. This isn't just divorce. This isn't just alimony. This is the collapse of a dynasty. And the most explosive hip-hop battle has only just begun. The world just watched hip-hop's most celebrated love story collapse under the harshest spotlight imaginable. Remy Ma broke down in tears. Papoose walked out of court victorious. And the culture hasn't stopped buzzing since. But here's the truth. This is far from over. Papoose may have won the alimony battle, but Remy is already rumored to be preparing her counterattack. Whispers of hidden receipts, private texts, and explosive secrets are making their way through the industry. And if she decides to go public, the narrative could flip overnight. Imagine the woman once painted as the victim returning as the executioner, with evidence that could destroy the loyal husband image Papoose built for years, and fans are torn apart. Some see Pap as the ultimate strategist who turned loyalty into leverage. Others see Remy as the betrayed queen, punished after carrying the weight of her career, her family, and her legacy. So now, we ask you, the audience, because this story is bigger than a courtroom. It's about what love and loyalty really mean when money enters the picture. Do you think Papoose earned the alimony, or did he betray the vows he once defended? Will Remy's rumored receipts destroy Pap's win, or is she just too broken to fight back? And most importantly, was this love ever real, or was it always a chess game waiting for the checkmate? Comment below with your take. Team Remy or Team Pap. Like this video if you think this case just ended the myth of hip-hop's strongest couple. Subscribe, because if Remy claps back and all signs say she will, we'll have every shocking update, every leaked receipt, and every tearful reaction right here. This isn't just a divorce. This isn't just a courtroom case. Is the death of hip-hop's fairy tale love story, and the ugliest chapter is still unwritten?